Hey awesome learners, welcome to Smart Tools. In this tutorial series, we are going to explore Git. As a developer, you should learn Git. So, going to what is Git? Let me first open. As I have said, if you have watched any previous videos on this site, this is my official website where I am maintaining all the PPT slides, videos, and the content of descriptions. Okay, so let me open my PPT presentation. Okay, so this is Git. So next, what is version control system? Before going to version control system, first let me add one line. Git is a version control system. So now the question is, what is version control system? Just imagine a case. As a developer, you are writing code. Okay. Today you have created a page, simple page. Okay. You have created a simple. Next day, your requirement changes. You add some lines to that page. Okay. On the next day, a great requirement come to you and you have to make more files and you have to edit, you have to develop more pages. Okay, so how you are maintaining that, how you will maintain all the things? On the first day you have developed these, and on the second day you have developed these, on the third day you have developed this. Okay, the first case is, look what happened on the fourth day. What happened, you have made some changes. Okay, after made some changes, when you compile your program, you get some error and you want to go back. So how you are going to do that? How you can do that? How you will control, how you will track what changes you have done till the last 4 days, what changes you have done to your project? How you are going to manage that? Yeah, you can manage that with a file structure. On first day you will create a file and inside that you will put some stuff over there. On the second day you will copy all the files from past files and edit that and there. This is not the proper way. In this way we cannot, it will be a lengthy way. Okay, so what version control system is, on the first day you have created a file. Okay, on the example, let's come to the example. On 2/10/2019 we have created a file. Okay, so what version control system does is, it will store a record that a new file is created. On this project a new file is created. On the second day you have added another file. So version control system will add that another new file is created with the previous edit, and previous edit is edited. Means you have created a new file and you have edited the previous one. The version control system knows this. Okay, whatever you are doing, the version control system recognize you. On the third day, what you have done, you have added few more files and created and changes the previous files. Okay, so version control system what does it? Version control system remember what changes you have done and what modification you have done. Okay, so in case on the third day you got a big error and you can overcome from that error, then you can revert back to the second day, means 3/10/2019, and you will get this code running well. Okay, and the second situation is, if you have done a project and it's a long time you have done, then anytime you come to version control system, will it will show you that these changes in 3/10/2019, whatever you have committed, that is for adding another file and some changes on previous file. Okay, so this is how version control system will make you help you on developing your project or program. So as software developer, you must know version control system, and on the real time when you are going to get some projects on your company, you are going to need a version control system. They may use any version control system, and we are here to explore Git. Okay, but version control system, you should understand all the basic concept of all version control system are same. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Next slide is, What is distributed version control system? I think you get what is version control system. So let me come to what is distributed version control system. Okay, what is distributed version control system is, let me go to the next slide. Look, this is a developer. On left hand side is a developer, on top is a developer, on right hand side a developer. Three developers are working on a single project. Okay, just don't look at the just look at what I am speaking. Okay, three developers are working on a same project. Okay, so one developer makes some changes and another developer makes some changes at the similar time. How they are going to collaborate themselves, how they know each other? This is the case. You can say that okay, fine, he will be, suppose he will be dealing with account part, so all the codes he will be write on account page, and he, another one is dealing with a user part, then he, all the codes he will write on user file, and after that we will integrate all, we will take both the we will take the code from both and we will integrate that. Are you thinking this is this is a proper way? Maybe the account, the one who is dealing with account, maybe he needs some information from user. Okay, so there should be a collaborative work. That's where version control system, distributed version control system comes in. What it does is, okay, three developers are working. Okay, fine, three developers will work, and in every, look, first developer have changes something, he will push to a version control remote repository. Okay, don't be confused about the push, pull, commit, update, all the keywords. We will discuss that. Okay, first understand what is it. Okay, so one look, I think you, yeah, you will see my crossers also. So this developer have changes, make some changes on project. Okay, so what it will do, he will give the code to remote repository. Remote repository will take the code from this developer. This developer make some changes on his part, and the remote, he will also push to remote repository. Third developer will push to remote repository. The remote repository containing all the files. Okay, so all the files from the three developers is being maintained by the remote repository. Okay, this is how distributed version control system works. Okay, we have discussed version control system. So now all the stops in version control system, like as maintenance, how the version control system recognize that this is a change, all the things are going to be implemented in distributed version control system. But the change here is, here there are more number of developers can collaborate their work. Okay, this will be a easy and fun way. Okay, going to the next, before going to next, let me just make you understand all the stops. Okay, so first is commit. Commit means what? You are just writing some code. Okay, you are writing something on your system. Okay, your laptop, your system. Okay, you are writing something, then you will commit to your local repository. Okay, what is git? First, git is a distributed version control system. It gives you the ability to uh, maintain distributed version control system. Okay, mainly distributed version control system have two parts. One is local repository, another is remote repository. What is local repository? Local repository is the repository which is going to stay, which is going to be with you on your system. Okay, on your system you have your git local repository. Okay, and the local repository always connect to a central repository. If you are going to going for a collaborative work. Okay, so what happened, as a developer, what you will do, first you will commit your changes to the local repository. Okay, then the local repository, then you are going to push the local repository to central repository, so that in this way you will commit your change to the remote repository. Okay, on the next part, on the next way, what? Okay, this developer have no code. Okay, first he is going to take the code from remote repository. Okay, he will first going to pull the code from remote repository to its local repository. After that, he is going to pull the code from local repository to its working environment. Then he will make some changes. After that, he will commit the change. Then the local repository is going to commit push to the remote repository. In this way, this both the developer are communicating with each other. Okay, the third developer have not done anything. Okay, also third developer, what it will do, it will first take the code, make some changes and push it to the central repository. Okay, the basic thing is first commit will commit all of your code to local repository to push to master repository. If you want to take the code from master repository, we will pull the code to the local repository. After that, we will take the update and we will work on that. Okay, this is how the distributed version control system works. You can directly look what happen when you clone a directory from git. Then we will see it on next consecutive videos. What happen when you will clone this, you feel that this is directly coming to you, but not. This will first go to local repository, then local repository will going to show you what you have taken from the central repository, that is remote repository. Okay, so similar way a number of developer can collaborate and work together. The main point is local repository is the repository that stays with you on your system, and central repository is the repository where a number of developers combine together to build a project. Okay, all the codes are going to be maintained on central repository. Okay, the benefits are, suppose this developer have done some mistake and he deleted the project. Okay, so what he can do is he can just pull all the project file from the remote repository, that is the central repository, and then it is going to start his work. It's so simple how distributed version control system working out as developers. Okay, so going to next, what is central repository and what is remote repository. Central repository typically located on remote server. Remote server means GitHub. In this case study, we have taken remote server as GitHub. Okay, so but the local repository typically located on local machine, that is on your machine. Okay, exclusively consist of .git repository folder. Okay, the central repository will consist of .git repository and resides as a git repository .git folder inside project as root. Okay, the local repository have the root access and the central repository consists of .git files. Okay, mean for team to share and exchange data. What is why central repository? Mean to team to share data, means a number of developers can share their data through the central repository, but on local repository only admin of the machine can work with this repository. Okay, means what happen, local repository always stays with you and you as the root, as the admin, can work with local repository, but a number of developer can work with central repository. So on a collaborative work, what we do is we first maintain our local repository, then we push our code to the central repository, so that next developer can be helped. Okay, we can work collaboratively. Okay, then is what is the benefit of version control system. First, maintain version means any changes you do, it will recognize that and it will maintain versions. This is the 0.1 of your project, this is 1.0 of your project, this is 2.0 of your project, and any point of time you want to revert 3.0 to 2.0, you can do that easily. Okay, that is maintain versions. Then maintain repository history means what happened, look, on the first commit you have changed basic template, you have created a basic template, so it will show you that you on first commit you have a basic template. On the second commit you have added another tag setting, that is setting tag. Okay, on the third commit what you have done, you have added the search mechanism to your project. So how it is going to maintain all the repository histories. So that what you can do is, anytime you confused what I have done on last stage, you can just revert back to the history, and on history it will written that these changes you have done. Okay, so this is how the maintenance maintain repository history. Okay, the next is maintain backups. GitHub, the central repository, or Git, is going to take all the versions and keep it as separate instance. So what happen? It will backup all of your code. In any case, you lost your code from local system, you can pull it from the central system, and the vice versa. And you can maintain the backup by using version control systems. Okay, so what is now the question is, what is Git and what is GitHub? Git is a software tool, GitHub is a service. Okay, what is Git is a version control system that does all the kinds of stuff what we have discussed as local repository. What is GitHub? GitHub is a service that provides you cloud space to store your Git files, Git local repositories. Okay, and give you the collaborative work architecture. Okay, that is GitHub only a service, but Git is the version control system. Okay, it is installed on local system. Git is installed on local system. It is hosted on web apps. GitHub is hosted on web app, because GitHub is a storage provider. You can think it as a storage provider. Git is the version control system. Git, it is used to manage different version of the source code. It is used GitHub is used to have a copy of local repository code. As I have told, GitHub is used to have a copy of local repository files. Okay, but Git is used to manage different versions of your source code. Okay, then the next is this is the architecture, Git architecture. Okay, how many areas we have? First, look at the area. First is working area, then it is staging area, then is local repository, then is remote repository. Okay, what is working area? Working area is when you are just editing something. Okay, after editing, before going to commit, you are going to push that file to a staging area. Staging area means you are preparing for the commit. That is the staging area. You are preparing some file to the commit. Local repository, after committing, it will maintain it will take all the updates and keep a copy there, and it will maintain your versions and all the stuffs on local repository. Remote repository we have discussed. This is the cloud storage, and we are going to push our code to remote repository. Through that, if anytime we want that code, we can pull that. Okay, so first what we are going to do, we are going to first you will come from top to bottom. First is git init. What it does is, your local repository, it will initialize your working directory as a git repository. Means what happen, there is a local repository inside your system. Okay, and you are working inside your project directory. So what git init will do is, git init will make your local repository recognize that this directory is going to be a git version control maintain directory. So please initialize this directory as git directory. Okay, so git clone, what it will do is, it will just take all the copy from the remote repository. Okay, if you have a project and that is inside your server, that is GitHub or remote repository, then you can clone that project to your working directory first. Okay, you can git clone or git pull. Okay, both the commands will work for you. For updating, you will do git pull, and for initializing means what happen, if you have nothing, then you can just git clone it. Clone means it will take every files from the remote repository to your working directory. But git pull will update your working directory with respect to the remote repository. Means what happens, you have done you have some files, and you want all the files of your remote repository to come to your directory. So that where you will use git pull. This will only pull the files which are not present inside your folder but present inside the cloud. Okay, git fetch is same. It will update your local repository with respect to remote repository. Where it works is when you are collaborative working, when developer 2 means your friend make some changes and commit it to central server, and for the further move you want the changes to be present with your local repository, then what you are going to do is you are going to git fetch. Okay, this is how you will communicate with the remote repository. Next is the changes. Okay, you have created some file. First you can commit all the files to the local repository by git commit -a. Okay, or else what you can do is you can just add the file to the staging area, then you can commit. I want to make you confident that in this video I am going to discuss on the theory part. On the next videos, all the commands, all the working, we are going to be a practical section. I will do all the stuff. Okay, so first understand the basic what it does. Okay, so you can commit your changes from staging area to local area using the command git commit. Okay, then the local repository, the remote repository should be updated. You have made some changes, right? So git push will update your remote repository with respect to local repository. Okay, so this is how you are going to change. Okay, the in the revert section, okay, what happened, you have made some changes and you don't want these changes, you want to go back. So what you can do is git checkout, and you want to check out means you want to degrade or upgrade, you can do that from the local repository, or from the staging area you also do that. Git difference will show you the difference between the local repository to remote repository, whatever parameter you will pass. This is how the Git architecture is being designed. And the last step to push a file to GitHub, on the next slide and on the next video we are going to discuss on this stuff. So for now, stay tuned and thank you for watching. I think you have enjoyed the tutorial series. If yes, then do subscribe this channel and stay tuned to learn a lot. Thank you.